The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and its Sustainable Development Goals call for the adoption of fundamentally different economic models than what are currently in place. The agenda responds to a landscape far different from the one of traditional economic assumptions. An international trade system under stress. Technology and digitization altering labor markets. Inequalities increasing even as countries grow richer. Migration, urbanization, and other demographic changes transforming societies. A warming planet. As such trends accelerate and coalesce, economic uncertainties are increasing, societies are fraying, the environment is coming under unbearable stress, and the impacts of climate change are growing clearer every day. The SDGs represent our collective and ambitious framework for economic transformation, sustained economic progress that includes all people and that builds in safeguards for future generations. We cannot afford an economy that continues to use resources in the way we do today, nor one that continues to keep segments of the population poor and beyond the reach of existing infrastructure and social and financial services. Economic transformation is about changing consumption and production patterns to decouple growth from the wasteful use of finite natural resources. It is about incentivizing all actors and resources towards sustainable and inclusive practices. So, what does the 2030 Agenda call on countries to do in terms of economic transformation? There is no single recipe, but it is clear that policy integration is a part of the answer. Economic policies, macroeconomic and financial, rural development, trade and industrial, must be part and parcel of an integrated package of social and environmental measures that help define fundamentally different pathways and priorities for growth, while mobilizing the necessary financing, technology, and expertise to do so. While solutions have to be tailored to specific country settings, some key entry points include formulating a new generation of integrated national policies that accelerate and sustain broad-based economic growth, diversifying through higher value-added products and sectors. Investing in capacities and technologies to increase productivity and generate quality jobs and livelihoods that benefit all segments of society. Supporting the development of physical infrastructure that enables countries to tap into the digital economy for efficiency gains and inclusion. Adopting less carbon and resource-intensive growth patterns and policies that favor an innovation-driven green economy that reuses, recycles, and restores more, evolving toward a truly circular economy. Incentivizing all sources of financing flows, private and public, domestic and international, to be aligned with these objectives. Incentivizing the private sector to become an engine for economic transformation by going beyond short-term profit to focus on long-term value creation. Transforming the multilateral trade regime to facilitate the needed shift away from export-led models of growth and development into one that is more suited to today's realities. And changing the way in which countries measure progress, going beyond GDP to include and fully value human capital and natural assets, making visible the trade-offs, externalities, and the social impact of growth choices. As we accelerate our work on the SDGs, the UN has a critical role in supporting countries on economic transformation. We must make a more compelling, evidence-based case for integrated policies and for leaving no one behind. We must enable all stakeholders in countries to have a voice in that discussion. And we must convene our world-class policy expertise from across agencies and regions to enable countries to transition away from unsustainability. That is the call of the 2030 Agenda. Thank you.